everyone, so for me when it comes to makeup and beauty there really isn't anything quite as exciting as a new launch. I love new products, I love it when brands bring out new things, and there's quite a few launches recently that have really caught my eye, so I thought I would showcase a couple of my favourites for you today. So first of all, I have a base product that I'm so excited about, I just have to get it out first. I really want to talk about this one, and it's the bareMinerals Complexion Rescue, and this just looks so interesting to me when I first heard about it. It's a tinted hydrating gel cream, and basically what you have here is a kind of CC BB cream type product, but it is so different from anything I've ever tried. It's so soothing and cooling and just really comfortable to apply, and it feels so nice to wear. I'm actually wearing it today and it doesn't really feel like I have a base product on at all. It's very breathable, my skin feels quite fresh and like it's not being clogged up with foundation, which is quite rare even when it comes to BB creams and CC creams and lighter formulas. My skin still tends to feel like I'm wearing them, so it's quite rare to find a product that doesn't do that at all. As for the coverage, I'm really quite impressed by this. It is definitely a lighter coverage, very sheer formula, but it just smooths out and it really blends any impurities away, and it just makes your skin look very kind of airbrushed and very kind of soft focused, and yet you still don't look like you're wearing a full coverage foundation. So I absolutely love this. I really couldn't recommend it enough, and it's also hypoallergenic, fragrance free, oil free as well, so I think it's going to be a really great one if you have a slightly more sensitive skin and you don't really like to pile on a lot of product and a lot of makeup. I can tell this is going to be one of those products that I just gravitate towards on weekends and days off, and when I just want my skin to breathe and have a very minimal makeup look. Next up I have some blushes from Max Factor, and these are the Cream Puff blushes. And when I first saw these I was just instantly reminded of the Hourglass Ambient Lighting blushes, which I did talk about a little bit in my last video, and they're pretty much identical except they're a quarter of the price. So if you're looking for a more budget alternative to those, these are the ones to try. These are basically baked marble blushes. They're kind of a mixture of a few shades all swirled together. They look really beautiful in the pan, and I have to say these are so incredibly pigmented, and I think that's quite a hard thing to find when you're looking at more lower priced drugstore brands, especially when it comes to blushes. They just tend to take a little bit more work and they're not always as pigmented. They can be a bit powdery at times, but these literally one swipe and you're done. They're so pretty. They come out exactly how they look in the pan on your cheeks. This is actually Alluring Rose, which is one of my favourite shades, and I'm wearing this today, and it's just a really lovely glowy fresh looking blush, and it really does look quite similar to the Hourglass versions in that it gives a very fresh and dewy looking finish on the cheeks. I also have the shade Nude Mauve here, which is a really great one if you don't like a lot of colour on your cheeks, you like something quite bronzy and quite warm. This is great for that, and I've actually been using this a lot as a bronzer as well, so taking it all over my face and really warming up my skin, and it works so well for that because it has a slightly kind of glowy fresh looking finish. It gives you that nice warmth to your skin, but it doesn't make it look chalky or cakey like a matte bronzer would do, but it's definitely not as glittery and as shiny as a sparkly one. And then the third colour I have here, which I think will probably be a lot of people's favourites, it's just so beautiful to look at, is Lovely Pink, and this is a really true peachy pink, and again that's something I find is quite hard to get in a drugstore lower price brands. They don't tend to do any of these really pretty peachy colours, which I really love for spring, especially as it's getting a little bit sunnier and warmer now, and I just really feel like wearing very bright, very fresh and youthful looking colours, and this is definitely one of those. Next up is a mascara, and I did give this a little bit of a mini rave in my February favourites. I've already talked about it a little bit, and it's Benefit's Roller Lash, and this is I think the third mascara that they brought out now. They had Bad Girl, then Years and Years, that was their signature mascara, and then their Real came out, and those two I did like and I've tried them before in the past, but I never really absolutely loved them, whereas this one I am obsessed with. If you've been checking the description boxes of my videos for the last few weeks or so, you will have seen that this is all I've been wearing on my lashes at all, and I'm usually quite faithful when it comes to mascaras. I tend to stick to what I know, and of course L'Oreal Miss Manga has been my favourite for months and months, possibly even a year or so, and I haven't picked that up at all since I got this. First time I tried it I was just so wowed by it, I just kept on using it, and it's such a great one for volume, and that's definitely something that I always look for in a mascara. Unlike most volumizing mascaras though, it doesn't have a particularly thick or clumpy or big one. It's actually quite a thin, very tapered plastic bristle brush, and it's also curved as well, so it fits the shape of your eye perfectly, which makes it really easy to put on. I think the formula of this is definitely what makes it so good. It just thickens up my lashes so quickly. Within 1 or 2 strokes it's pretty much done, and it's also very separating and very kind of volumizing for all my lashes, so it doesn't clump them together at all like other volumizing mascaras can do. It just makes them look very full, and like there's just lots and lots of lashes there, so this I really love and couldn't recommend enough. So we all know by now that I'm definitely a bit of a bold lip lover, especially when it comes to reds. I absolutely love my red lipsticks. You can probably tell because I wear it in about 90% of my videos, but it does take a lot to kind of impress me when it comes to new formulas and new finishes. So when I do find a red lipstick that I absolutely love, it's definitely something to talk about. So these are 2 new colours from Marc Jacobs. They're part of the Marc lipstick collection, and they have 8 new reds which are all kind of tailored to be suited to different skin tones, different undertones. If you're warm, if you're cool, it's going to be something to suit you. So I have 2 here. These are my 2 favourites, and then Miss Scarlet, which I'm wearing today, and Cora. So these are both very, very different reds. Miss Scarlet is a very deep burgundy, very dark undertone lipstick. You can't really tell. I don't think it translates onto camera how deep and dark this is, but I absolutely love it. It's a really beautiful colour. And then Cora is almost more of a coral shade. It's definitely a very pinky undertoned red, very, very corally, but it's really brightening and really uplifting on the face. So these are 2 of my favourites, but there are a lot of colours in the collection. The formula of these are so creamy. I think that's what I love about them most. The formulas, they just go on so smoothly, they glide on, they're moisturising, and yet they're not sticky or very glossy at all. They're kind of a satin finish, so somewhere in between matte and glossy, which I really think is the best when it comes to red lips. The wear time on these as well is really amazing. They last for such a long time, and that's something quite rare to find for a very moisturising, very hydrating lipstick. You tend to find they're either really long lasting but incredibly uncomfortable to wear, or feel really nice but don't last too long, and these are just the perfect combination of both. The packaging of these 2 is just really beautiful. It's definitely a very high-end luxurious feel, so really nice to have in your handbag, and they have the coveted magnetic close. Let's just listen for the snap. I love it when a makeup product has a good close snap sound. So last new launch that I have to talk about are a couple of nail polishes from Nails Inc, and these are from the new white collection, and I don't think a more perfect nail polish collection has ever been created. I just think these are absolutely beautiful. There's 4 shades in the range. I have 2 of them here, and they're basically just all off-white colours, so they're just white with a little bit of colour in them, which I think is really just the best way to do pastels, and they really are the perfect pastels. So the shades I have are White Horse Street, which I'm actually wearing on my nails today, and this is a very lilac-y, very pastel-y lavender shade. Really, really beautiful and really, really pastel-y. And then I have also Swan Street, which is a perfect mint green. I think mint green was really the colour that kicked off the whole pastel trend a few years ago, and this may just be the perfect one. As with all Nails Inc polishes, they just apply really, really smoothly, really easily. The brushes are great because they're very wide. They're quite similar to the Essie diffusion line brushes. They kind of cover your whole nail, and you just need 1 stroke and you're done. And they just last a really long time as well. I found since Nails Inc have brought out their newly packaged, newly designed range, they just are really unbeatable formulas, so I love them. And the packaging as well, can we just talk about the packaging? It's stunning. This really has unintentionally turned into a bit of a spring themed video, but these I think are just amazing spring colours, and I can see myself reaching for these over and over again when it comes to spring. So those are just a few of my favourite new launches that have come out recently. I'm really, really into all those products, if you couldn't tell from the raves that I've been giving them, but let me know if you've seen any new products that have come out recently that you're really excited about, or if you've tried something that was really, really good. I would love to know. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you're new, and I will see you all soon.